All right, welcome everyone to today's tips and tricks. So it's good to have you this app. Let me just get everybody muted. All right. So I welcome you. As earlier announced, this is the 24th edition of the tips and tricks. This is the 24th edition. And I think this is an important milestone. We'll come back to that towards the ending of today's edition. But this is an important milestone of consistent working on this, what we call 1 hour research clinic. This year, we are taking a novel trajectory, novel in the sense that it's not typical of the topics we deal with as scientists. It's not typical. So we have started with the first edition on who is a scientist, and then we move to what scientists do. But the theme we're working with this year is what we call scientist success virtues. Scientist success virtues. And so this year we want to take us through a journey, and that journey is the journey of self-discovery. It's a journey of self-discovery. It's a journey of questioning our own journey as scientists. All right? It's a journey of trying to discover why we do what we do and how we can do what we do better. So this edition today is really the beginning. The first two editions, we set the foundations for what we'll be doing. But what we'll be working with today is the beginning of this journey. So we'd like you to stay with us, and I believe that your contribution will be really invaluable to beautify and enrich these editions. Okay, so we'll be looking at passion today. And we'll have various other topics along the line we'll be dealing with. So, passion, the success foundation, Fervor. The success foundation. Okay, so let me, as usual, and just to mention that this is coming in April. It's supposed to be in March, because the tips and tricks are held the last Friday of every month. So it should have been last week, but because we had the systematic review and meta-analysis course last week, we had to shift it to this week. The implication of that is that in the month of April, we have two research tips and tricks this month. The one of March we have moved to today, and then the one of April that will come on the last Friday of April. Okay, so those who don't know me, my name is Nwaru, and I am the anchor of this program. As usual, I will send you to breakout session. I'll give you 20 minutes. So please take a picture of what is in front of you. Take a picture. I will send it to your group, and I would like you to discuss these issues. Appoint one person, just one person, who will come to summarize what you have discussed in 1 minute. In 1 minute. One person who will come to summarize what you have discussed in 1 minute. Okay? So I will send it to the breakout rooms automatically. Okay. So please choose the breakout session that you fall into, and then in 20 minutes, I will bring you back. Then we can round off some of the thoughts I have to share with you today. So see you in 20 minutes. All right, welcome back. Let's see the hands of those who are presenting for the different groups. Please just raise your hand so that I can. And please don't go more than 1 minute in presenting your report. Don't go more than 1 minute. Let me see the hands of those who are presenting. I'm seeing only men. Only men. I thought passion is a woman's thing more. All right, Zacchaeus, tell us what you have. Just unmute yourself and speak. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, sir. Well, in our own group, do we have passion? Majority of all have passion for our career. And we look at 8, 9, within 8 and 9, that is the grade of the passion we have. 8.3, the passion. So how do we get the passion? We discovered that passion can be for those people that are, maybe they have discovered themselves, they have this innate ability to achieve a purpose, a set purpose. And some of us have this, get our passion through working experience. Some have it through mentorship and collaboration. Because during that one, there will be discovery that, okay, I know I can do this. I have interest in knowing more of this. So that is when during the working interaction with other people. How do we sustain passion? It's when you are reviewing your commitments, your achievements. I can still attain this level. It's just like when you finish the first degree, say, okay, I still don't, I have time. I start. You move. Later, you say, okay, master, I still have interest in this thing. I want to do more of it. You can go. So that is when you are doing the evaluation. So these are the little things. I will look at the characteristics of a person.
All right. Thank you very much.
A passionate person will be committed, dedicated, and seeking networking to know more.
Thank you, Zacchaeus. Let's go to Edgar Dennis, please. Yeah, group now. Zacchaeus, yeah, the point you are making are quite interesting topics your group has discussed. Yeah, Edgar, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. For my group, the questions are quite, the responses are quite similar. The passion, yes. And then how do you rate it? Is between 8 and 10. And then how do you get desire? Some say it's innate, institute, and love for research. And some people said is the desire, is training, is also the experience. How do you sustain the passion? Consistency. You have to be consistent. Some people is the satisfaction they derive from the career, and some is the love for career and loyalty also for the career, especially in the research. Thank you. That's what my group has to present.
Thank you very much. Fantastic. Okay, let's go to John Adoga. John Adoga, please unmute and speak.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. I represent Group 4. We agreed, the group agreed that we all have passion. And then our passion rate is 84.2%. How do we find our passion? We all see that agree that it comes naturally, and then as a function of what you love to do willingly and so on. How do you sustain your passions? Deriving satisfaction in what you do, being consistent, and then looking at those ahead of you in what you have passion for, and then setting for yourself good goals and trying to pursue them. That's what we Group 4 agreed on.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Finally, Onyeka Okeke, please unmute and speak.
Thank you very much. In our group, all of us have a passion for our career, and it has been worthwhile and progressive in nature. And a good number found their passion because of the love to help, the love to satisfy, the love to fill the gap in the society. Some goes into COVID research, from teaching to go into more molecular research to solve a problem in Nigeria and the global aspect of the country. Some also, as a result of the passion for teaching, some goes into lecturing. Some are even lecturing while outside their country. Some also find a passion while doing the job. They saw the love to assist humanity. They love to fill in the gap. They love to help the society. But somebody like me, I'm a physiotherapist. I found the love to see people walk back and restore form and function. And we keep sustaining it based on our passion. We keep sustaining the debate on what we see, our education, programming, and then at the center, advancing in our career by 2 seminar presentations, and then education and research. And these are how we keep on sustaining our passion. And some of us also now have decided to even go beyond. Some are even having more than 10, but on average, we decided to put it at 8 to 10 to rate our passion. But I tell you, some have more than 10% passion for their career. Thank you.
All right. So what you actually mean is that some would have rated it beyond the maximum I gave. Well, all the groups have really inspired me. You have covered everything I needed to speak this afternoon, and I don't know whether today's tips and tricks is even relevant, because I thought I was coming here to tell you what you need to know, but they're actually telling me what I need to know. Okay, so do we close now? Because you covered everything I needed to say. Do we close? Do we end today? Anyway, I have to say something. I can't just leave you to go like that. Nope. All right. Yeah, you have really spoken fantastically well, and that is quite impressive. That most people here are very passionate with their career. All right, most people are passionate, and it's very important. It's very important because, as we will see, passion is like a fuel that fuels your propels, gives you that energy you need to move. All right. So, what did we do? Last time we looked at the nature of what scientists do. You know, the issue of sustenance, how do you sustain passion, is very critical. Okay. And you know, passion is an emotion. It's an emotion. It can dwindle. It can fluctuate. It's not static. All right? It's not static. A lot of things can affect passion. Just imagine a student starts this was a real life story I heard. This student has worked hard, spent 4 years at the university, and looking forward to graduate. and about to graduate. And the university said, we can't find your records. We can't find it. And what that means is that you are not our student. All right? That can have a devastating effect on that student. All right? Well, you may say that is an extreme. But I know the country where I come from, Nigeria. And I think some colleagues are here who are working at the university, maybe public university. Private universities may have different setup. And you are working, you have worked for 6 months. You have worked for 1 year, sometimes 1.5 years, and you have not received your salary. Well, you may think that is actually also extreme. But look at this scenario that you submit your paper to publish your report, and then you receive reviewers' comments. Maybe that is your first time, and they criticize you, and eventually the editor rejects your paper. All right. What? That is another situation. Or you are a student, a PhD student, and you do your research and you do with your supervisor, and eventually, time to publish, your supervisor takes the paper and publishes him or herself alone, and you're not included here. These are realistic. I don't know if there is any of those scenarios I painted you have not heard, or it's an abstract situation. But these are realistic things that happen within the context of science research. These are realistic things that happen. And these things can affect that emotion that is a fuel to what you're doing. All right? That emotion. And if you add that on top of what we actually do, as we discussed in the last edition, the nature of what we do, okay? Look at this quote. Rocket science is tough. And rockets have a way of failing. You know, those who work in the lab, you perform experiments. You do it over and over again. The results are not sensible. The results are failing. Or those who are on the other extreme, you deal with table work. You do with paperwork. And you may not have time you're exhausted. The nature of what we do can sometimes be frustrating. All right? And the factors that affect our job can also be frustrating. And that emotional fuel can be affected. So hearing you saying that your passion on the scale of 1 to 10, and 10 is maximum, and you are still able to rate it beyond that, is quite an inspiration, to say the least. So this is one of the things we do. One of the nature of one of the things we do. All right? The path to consensus via science is rarely straight. It can take years to achieve, and the battles can be bloody. But eventually, the accumulation of evidence is hard, even impossible to ignore. You know, sometimes people may be counting years for you. And I've been in a position where years are counted, especially when you travel outside Africa. You travel to Europe to pursue career, travel to other parts of the world to pursue career. And there are things people use as evidence for progress. All right? You come home. Yes, there's no difference between you and other people. Maybe even your brothers, maybe your brothers and your sisters or your cousins or those around your friends who are working the IT or who are working the top top industries, and you are just, you call yourself a scientist. They look at you, so what is happening, bro? Bro, what is happening? I used to tell them, I am in a journey of patience. And they laugh. What do you mean? So it takes us years. But that is a reflection of what is being said here. All right? It's a clear reflection. It's a journey of passion. This is the nature of what we do. Well, I'm just trying to set the context so that you understand when we talk about passion and the inspiration I got from what you just indicated. Science never solves a problem without creating 10 more. You end up, you pursue to answer a question, but you end up raising questions. A friend of mine used to call me, a very, very good friend of mine from my country, Nigeria. And anytime he calls me, the first thing he said, "Oh, Bright, have you finished your research?" I said, "No." When are you going to finish this research? You know, we laugh over it. We laugh over it. Because, you know, maybe his mindset, there's an end to what I'm doing. But as a scientist, you end up, you raise a question, and when you cross the black box, what comes out are 10 more questions, not answers you actually said to pursue. All right? And then you talk about, how do I sustain that fuel? About Einstein. Science is a wonderful thing if one does not have to earn one's living at it. This is deep. This is so deep. This is so deep. And the fact is that it can be frustrating for you. You know, you engage in those applications, you apply to this job, you apply to that, you apply to that. And all the energy you have, you're using to apply for opportunities. And those opportunities you're applying, the failures that will come are eating you up. Eating you up. And then you talk about passion. I'm really inspired by the things you put forth. So the work we do as scientists is not a bed of roses. I don't know if I say raise your hand, who has found it a bed of roses? You know, I have built a career. All the career I've built it in Europe. And I see some of my friends say, "Oh, Bright, you have really done well. You have done well. Wow." Okay. And I look at that statement, I analyze it. You see, it's only a man who have gone through an experience who knows the bus stops of troubles, the bus stops of joys, the bus stops of trying to give up. And especially when you build a career in a place that is not your home. There are other things that will come, okay? And so you need something. You need something to navigate. You need that fuel to navigate. Okay? Because beyond who you are, there are factors that are working against you. You're on that path. There are factors, those who are perhaps born and bred there, those factors do not manifest when they walk through that path. But as you get into that path, you're observed. You become transparent. Who is this? Where is it coming from? Okay? You can be segregated. And you have that desire that I want to make it here. But there are barriers you have to cross to come to your final fulfillment. All right? So passion is important, colleagues. It's so important. But this afternoon, just to put passion where it belongs, the talk I'm having, I will have a conclusion. Perhaps you may not like, but eventually, if you go back and you think about it, it's actually what it needs to be. All right? What it needs to be. What it needs to be to sustain that passion. What it needs to be to regulate that passion. What it needs to be to have that passion remain, with you always. Okay? Of course, there could be fluctuation, but when you focus on the point I'm trying to make this afternoon, for me, as a person, it has defined a path that no matter what comes my way, I'm standing gidigba. You see, there's well, I don't know in Nigeria or that in Nigeria there's what is called standing gidigba. Maybe somebody can translate that for me. I don't know how to translate it. But you are standing gidigba. You're there. All right. Okay. So let's go. So passion is the fuel. I like what Meredith Wilson highlight about this. Passion in your life brings a sense of purpose and meaning to your everyday. Yeah. Whatever you are passionate about helps you to understand your values in life. This is a perspective, and I think these perspectives are good. Understanding your passions and the things that give you a sense of purpose will help when setting goals, dreaming, and more importantly, determining how to best spend your time and energy. These are good descriptions of what passion does. But what is passion actually? In essence, what is passion? I found an interesting definition, which I think it captures what we deal with when we talk about passion. A strong emotion or a feeling about something, a drive to achieve or desire to pursue something fervently. Does anyone disagree with this definition? What? Let me. How many people agree with this definition? You like it? You agree with it? You can just raise your hand. Let me see. You agree with this definition? All right. Okay. Anyone who doesn't agree with this? Okay. Seems nobody. All right. Okay. There's something that drives you. But it has not always been like that. This is what we understand passion to be today. But passion, if you go back to the roots where it started, that is not the meaning of passion. When the Greeks defined this, what they actually meant was suffering. There was a movie. There was a movie some years ago, The Passion of the Christ. All right, that was set in the Latin context, the Passion, and what they actually did there was illustrate the original meaning of what passion is actually about. It meant suffering. All right, something not really palatable. Something that steals you, something that kills you, something that destroys you, something like disease. That is the original context the Greeks understood this or defined passion. All right? Okay? And then we moved to the Roman Empire, and they took the idea also from the Greeks and they started thinking about it And Galen had to try to differentiate it into two. I said what is called concupiscent passion, desire for bodily and pleasurable satisfaction. All right, some people are pursuing that. And then you have another aspect he called irascible passion, desire to overcome obstacles that prevent pleasurable satisfaction. Because the pleasurable satisfaction are emotion that you hardly can control, and that can lead you into troubles. So you have to define an aspect that will become a solution to stop this pleasurable satisfaction. All right, so he differentiated into two, and these two are opposite of each other actually. And from there, we came to the modern time. And the modern time actually started seeing that, well, the Greeks and the Romans, this is not really bad. It's not really bad. This can be positive. Okay? Something that propels you to do something, regardless whether it is pleasurable or not. That can actually be a good thing. And the modern people started looking at passion from a positive perspective. All right, you have Soren Kierkegaard who said, to exist, if we do not mean by that only a pseudo-existence, all right, cannot take place without passion. And so you need passion to him to exist. So the definition started changing and started becoming positive. The point I'm making is that it has not always been the first definition we had. All right? And where we are today, all right, passion has now been transformed as a high form of energy, which when pointed towards a single objective could produce wonderful outcomes, both for the individual and for the world. And this is the kernel, this is the crux of the issue. And for us as scientists, now we have come in our own dispensation to see this word as a positive fuel. But you know, I like the division here. Positive to the individual, but it is important to know that the word is included. And we're all scientists here. We have different things we are doing. And many times we are so occupied by the minute things that affect us, by the four walls of our universities, that we don't see the word. We don't see the word. He meant further to say that nothing great in this world has ever been accomplished without passion. There's a fuel that drives you. And so if you are sitting down there and what occupies you is how to publish that paper and get your promotion, get your maybe travel or do all those things, you're pursuing your own individualistic agenda. And it's very incomplete. Okay? There is an aspect of the word. So the transformation of this word into a positive energy for you as a scientist becomes a vehicle towards doing something that once you have left the scene, you can be remembered for. And as Alexander the Great said, he came, he saw, and he conquered. Greg Thompson, looking at passion, he linked it to purpose. And some of the things the groups presented were quite inspiring to me. There is a link between passion and purpose. So we can't discuss passion without discussing purpose. In fact, the first discussion that should happen is purpose. Because many people experience passion, but the passion they experience is incomplete because there is no purpose that defines that passion. So Greg Thompson now try to put this into context, because when you understand this, then your passion becomes positive, and the fuel that drives from your passion is now channeled in the right direction. The first thing he says, there are 5 of those. Purpose drives your priorities. Your purpose of living, your purpose of coming to this seminar series today, or tips and tricks already. Your purpose of finding that job you're doing drives your priorities in life. Okay? Somebody has asked me, but Bright, you keep doing this what drives you? Why are you doing this in SFI? Because of my purpose. Right? And what is that purpose? I want to see Africa that is better than what it is today. Because if I walk around here, sometimes I ask myself a question. How did these people become who they are? How? And can I contribute to my own continent? All right? To becoming better. Yes. So my purpose drives my priorities, drives the decisions I make. The second thing he said is, purpose focuses outwardly, passion focuses inwardly. Purpose serves others, and passion serves your well-being. So you can understand when I call passion fuel. All right? So there is a purpose you're pursuing, but there's an inward fuel, the emotions that propels you. In essence, purpose and passion go hand in hand. Passion connects you to your why, to your life's purpose. And this is very important as well. This is very important because passion brings happiness, excitement, and anticipation as you take action toward a purpose. So it means that purpose without passion is not fulfilling. All right? So your passion helps you to define your purpose and continue in that trajectory of success. All right, let's start it. The fourth one, passion is energy to propel you to purpose. Without passion, your life and work will lack the energy needed to carry out. All right? So passion is fuel towards your purpose. Purpose balances passion. Purpose balances passion. Purpose is your innate compass. When passion gets distracted, purpose gets you back on track. So you can understand that. So anyone who has passion without purpose is not living a fulfilled life. You know, so when the groups we are saying, trying to do something great, try to improve my career, try to improve my environment, that is a purpose, but something drives that. And so when you see the success story that comes from what you do, your passion actually increases. Now, I use the word finding when I ask you to go to your group, finding your passion. And this can be misleading because some people start now looking for where the passion is. But I liked what some of the groups mentioned. How do you sustain? By experiences, growing. And do you know that many people may be searching for passion for as long as they live and they never find it because they think that it is something that is out there. They have to go and pick. No. Passion does not always mean that what you're doing, you actually like it. All right? That is why purpose needs to define and balance passion. But even though you don't like it as much, but you know there is a goal I will achieve if I do it. And what happens is that you start doing it. The more you start doing it, your passion can begin to develop from it. So you get it? I don't know if you're getting the point. And so what happens is that purpose goes first and passion follows. Purpose goes first and passion follow. And passion can develop from purpose. Initially, the passion may not be there, but then you begin to discover there is an end goal to this that is beautiful. And what happens is that passion begins to increase and increase. Purpose is a figure I found from Pinterest, which is really good. The red part is purpose that connect your passion, that connect your love, your mission, your vocation, your profession. It is a purpose. And when you focus on that, then you begin to see the passion begin to develop. All right. So that is why we talk about meaningful work. Why are you doing what you're doing? Because I find meaning in doing it. Because there's significance, there is a purpose in it. Because it makes a whole difference for me. All right? So what is your purpose? What is your purpose? Have you found what your purpose is? If you found what your purpose is, then your passion will follow. The purpose comes first. Comes first. All right, Kellen Kuni. Why find your passion is intended to motivate. The pressure we put on ourselves to find that passion is often paralyzing. And what is sad thing that in the search for something meant to inspire us, we become so haunted by the idea. But if we can move away from this static concept of passion and instead towards a more flexible and complex pursuit of purpose, then we may actually lead fulfilling presence instead of just hoping for promising future. All right? Instead of hoping for promising futures. And the reason is this, that sometimes you see many of us who are very easy to give up. You start a project, sooner or later, you give up. You know, in many cases, it's because people are running to find passion. They have not found a purpose. If you have found a purpose, that's something you will discover that it may be difficult, but there is a purpose it will lead to. I want to get there. I want to get there. And I tell you, because you focus on the purpose, the passion begins to generate, begins to come. You wake up in the morning, there is a smile that follows you because there is a purpose to fulfill. It doesn't mean that you like it. It doesn't mean that I like everything about it. It doesn't mean that there is that joy, that comes, but because there is a purpose, you see, there's an end that is good. You move on with it. You move on with it. So we must stop expending so much energy trying to find something that eventually we give up. Let's look for purpose. Then passion will follow. So what is your purpose as a scientist? What in your career wakes you up early in the morning? Early in the morning, what in your career wakes you up? What do you see? You wake up with that energy. I want to go. What in your career keeps you awake in the night? What drives you to the four corners of your institution every day, despite the challenges you face? Have you found a purpose for doing what you do? How is your passion linked to your purpose for doing what you do? These are important questions. These are important reflections. And this is one of the things we want to push forward this year. That purpose is important. Passion is important. Without which, we can't achieve all we need to achieve. Our continent, Africa, is in a very dire situation. I don't think there is any country that is excused. We need men and women of purpose. We need men and women of passion who have decided to put their energy on the right path. Despite the challenges, despite the barriers, but they have defined a path they believe will bring a better state of our continent. That's all I have this afternoon to encourage you, and I hope these reflections you are happy with them. All right. The next one we are taking up is curiosity on the 26th of April. The virtue for exploration, curiosity. That is our next tips and tricks. And then our the fourth edition of the seminar series for this year will be on 28th of April. Innovation Research Pitfalls, how to avoid them. All right. So we started 2 years today. 2 years. 2 years. We started now with the tips and tricks. And I think this is a fantastic milestone. And I will not be doing this without letting you. You can mute your mic. You can put on your video. I think this is a fantastic thing that has happened. We have consistently pursued these 2 years. You can see the topics that have been covered, from how to craft a research question to lots of questions, lots of things we have discussed, lots of things we have presented. Here you can see ignorance, you can see failures. These are all available on our YouTube channel. So if you have missed any of them, we have covered several topics: visibility in science and research, how to peer review, effective literature review, and so on and so forth, until we have come to the 24th edition. So we just wanted to use these few seconds to really congratulate ourselves, to celebrate this milestone we have covered. It is important for us that we have not failed you. So, colleagues, join me in making this dream come true. All right. Thank you very much. Sorry for taking a bit of your time, but if you have any question, anything to say, I'm happy to recognize some hands. Yes, thank you to those who are congratulating us. Otherwise, if there is nobody, I will wish you a wonderful weekend ahead. Your mic is open, so you can speak if you want to speak.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For being there for us. And congratulations on these 2 years of consistency.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prof, for your support, for being consistent. Every other Friday, we are here listening to your tips. Personally, I have been able to apply what you've taught me, and I really, really thank you. Thank you so much, Prof.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prof. I've always enjoyed tips and tricks, and it has made me what I am today. Thank you, Prof. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Nwaru. This has been very helpful, even today's topic. Many times I've felt like giving up, but you keep me going. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, bro. It's exciting always being around you, hearing you teach. I admire you so much. And like some of the things you mentioned today is something common with us here in Nigeria. And there are some staff that were not paid for 24 months here in University of Calabar. The case has to get to National Assembly before the school recuperated them, and they started receiving their allowances and challenges of such. At times when you look around, you say, why should I be in this field? But because it serves as a platform not just only to affect lives and mold the future mindset. That keeps on going. That keeps on going. So when you come around and hear all this, you get motivated to stand your ground and do what you are doing in the academics, and then I appreciate the consistency. Thank you. It's been a blessing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prof. I am Wamaka from Nigeria. I want to appreciate you, sir. Prof, you are doing great. You are doing a wonderful work. I can see the zeal in you, the passion in you to impact knowledge. And since I joined this year, that's February. Since I joined, I've learned a lot. And I'm going to, I'm actually telling others this is a place to be. And I think some people have actually joined. And when they join, they see that actually this is a place to be. Thank you so much. Your passion will be sustained. God will continue to bless you for all you are doing. I appreciate you, sir. And for your team also, this is to say congratulations to all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Let me release you to go. Have a wonderful weekend. And then the information has been sent out for the research quality, productivity, and impact course. I think I may have it on my slide. If you have not applied, please know that today is the last day. You have no excuse not to get this through, especially if you're an SFI member. Don't complain that, well, I don't have the cash. This is much, much less than Chicken Republic, what you spend in Chicken Republic. All right. Thank you, everyone, and have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So,
thank you much.
Thank you.
Another person in the
Thank
team.
you
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.